AOC, who we think is running for president, her constituents, the people in New York who she represents, are not super stoked that she is all over the country flying on private jets with Bernie Sanders as they fight the rich. $15,000 an hour on that private jet. They're not stoked that she's been doing that and kind of neglecting her community. The New York Post had a couple quotes here saying from people who live in her district, AOC is an offense to my rights as an American. If she wants socialism, go to a socialist country. And the list goes on and on and on. Bryce, in your super lib blue districts, do you think there ever will be a price to pay? Not necessarily from a political standpoint of like, oh, she's too far left, because obviously it's a very, very blue district, but from a, hey, you're not even communicating with us anymore. You're just gallivanting around the country speaking to big crowds. Do you think there's a price to pay for that?
Yeah, and I think there's a limit to how much of this sort of thing she can do because people do get tired of it. I mean, I don't envision her district all of a sudden becoming red as a result of this,
Yeah.
but this is how people get primaried. This is how people get tired of her, and all of a sudden she finds herself on the outs. She's got great name recognition. She's out there as a rabble rouser. So there's a lot of things that people will forgive and forget. But I think she's pushing the boundaries as she's, out auditioning for, the next president of the United States. I don't think she's going to get very far. And I hope that it is a Bernie Sanders and an AOC. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. But she's definitely pushing the envelope, and you can tell people are getting irritated.
Oliver, so part of the thing with running for president, right, is you see this every single cycle from both sides. You run to your side during the primaries, and then you get the nomination, then you try to run to the middle in the general. AOC is as far to her side as it possibly could be. Do you think she's electable? Because I obviously think all of this is for her to run for president. Like Bryce said, I think that would be great. But there's a small part of me that's kind of like, oh boy, but never underestimate the stupidity of people who just want to see a woman in power for no other reason. Is she dangerous? Do you think this is going to be bad news for the American people, or is this kind of going to be a laughable situation that the Dems are going to put themselves in?
I think it's going to be a laughable situation if she's able to make it to the general. But yeah, it's when you talk about you cannot underestimate how stupid a lot of these Democrat voters will be, and how they will go to bat just to vote for another woman, right? They will say that, oh, well, Kamala Harris, she didn't make it, but we have another opportunity to elect a woman for president. And I don't know if it's going to be a three strikes or you're out thing, or people are going to be more galvanized and more motivated to vote for her this time, or vote for a woman this time. But I think people will see a lot of the policies that she's been pushing, a lot of the far leftism that she's been pushing, and I think a lot of the moderate American people will say no to AOC, but you just have no idea what a lot of these far leftists and even these moderates. I mean, I look at even the black community. I think they will go to bat to vote for an
Mhm.
AOC just because she's a woman and a Democrat.
Hmm. I I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but if the country is as sexist as the libs continue to say it is, oh, the only reason Hillary lost is sexism, the only reason Kamala lost is sexism. If it is as sexism as they say, why do they keep running women? If the country is so sexist that a woman can't win, stop running women. I don't know I don't know if that makes too much sense in my head. I don't know.
At least
Speaking of
stop.
women, uh, speaking
At
of
least
women,
stop running stupid women. Let's do that.
see,
There you go.
that's it. Stop running stupid women. um, Speaking of women, there is a trend, a not good trend in the country going on. Women are drinking a lot more and has doctors concerned. I believe this is from the Wall Street Journal. Women in their 30s and 40s have increased their alcohol consumption in recent decades as their lifestyles have changed. We can talk about what lifestyle changes those are. Women who turned 35 between 2018 and 2019 were 60% more likely to report binge drinking or alcohol use disorder syndrome, which again is not good. I'm not trying to make light of that, than women who turned 35 between 1993 and 97. So in about 20 years, 15, 20 years, it has gone up 60% of women who say, I'm a binge drinker or I have a problem. Bryce, there are some pretty obvious factors or variables or questions that we should ask. What might you throw in as possibly a caveat to this revelation?
Well, those are all the liberal voters. I mean, those are the wine moms. Those are the women that waited a long time and focused on their career. They didn't have children. They're super angry. They were the one issue voters in this last election that when you saw, trending towards, Kamala Harris at like 69%, that's who we're talking about. We're talking about some, miserable old harpies that are past their prime and have had a really rough time about their lives, and they're reaping the benefits of all of that or lack thereof right now.
Yeah, it is sad, honestly. It's sad if if you're not having kids, there's not much of a deterrent to not just get sloshed every night, which again is sad, and we don't want to see it. Oliver, I hate to ask you a stupid question here, but the CDC recommends only one drink a day for women and two drinks a day for men. Considering the amount of men who want to be women, do you think that they carry that metric over from the CDC? It's like, hey, I'm still a biological male, so the CDC says two drinks is fine, but I am a woman. Don't you dare question my womanhood. Is that why alcoholism among women is going up?
You do have a point there. I wouldn't say that that's the main reason here. I think Bryce hit the nail on the head. This is really not about all women. This is about liberal women. Liberal women are drinking more than they ever did before because liberal women are unhappy. Liberal women are depressed. Liberal women are more likely to be on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. There are studies to prove this. Conservative women are happier than liberal women because conservative women have their families. Conservative women are focused on God or whatever religion that they're in. Conservative women just basically have it together, and liberal women are just unhappy. They're depressed all the time. I mean, look at all the videos that you see online of women breaking down in their cars because of something they heard Donald Trump did, and a lot of things that
Yeah.
they hear aren't even true. So these women, after they make their videos, after they shut down the camera, they're going in their house or they're going to a bar and they're about to chug a few. I don't know what they're drinking. What do liberal women drink? What vodka, whatever.
Chardonnay.
But start there you go. So they're probably they're probably chugging them back after they've been crying about Donald Trump all day.
Yeah, and it's again, you don't want to make light. Yeah, we don't want to make light about a tough situation, but at the same time, it should be concerning. We should probably address the reasons why doctors are concerned.